I open a hand and a bunch of people to the left of me call, I'm basically just checking every board always. If I wanted to have like betting ranges, I would want ace king as like the worst hand to bet with. I would check king queen. And then if I wanted any like bluffs, they would just need a ton of equity. I would need like queen 10 or like hearts, like ace 7 of hearts. If you're going to bet out of position,
even queen 10, I love the thought process, but even queen 10 here would hate getting check raised. Like you see bet here, you have a lot of equity. Let's say you even have queen 10 of hearts. Like you bet and get raised, you're just hating life because
you just pile that one.
Queen 10 of hearts, yeah, you pile, but like queen 10 of spade or queen 10 of clubs for like you don't have backdoors, just the open-ended straight draw.
Yeah,
you just don't want to get raised when you have that much equity.
Not his favorite river.
Okay, front door flush comes in. Chance here is sitting with 2 pair. 2 options. We can check. We can bet for value. I mean, most hands here, when a flush comes in, the sizing is not going to be a big sizing. They're going to size small for value. The pot is like 150K. He could go like half pot. I don't think you can go. You either block bet, like bet very small, maybe half pot, but you shouldn't size big here. You shouldn't have big sizing here when the front door flush comes in. But let's see what Chance does.
No, not as.
Yeah.
Ace 10 is a good candidate, especially ace of heart, like ace of heart, 10 of spade, for example.
But he has to not 3-bet at pre-flop.
He did not
cut off first button.
Yeah, so but ace 10 is a good candidate, like you say. Ace of heart, 10 of spade, or ace of heart, 10 of clubs. They're a great candidate with blockers to take that line. Besides that, yeah, it's like value, and are we beating value? Like, is he doing that? He doesn't have worse 2 pairs, really. Like
online, I snap fold here. I just fold king 9 immediately.
Fold. So what is he repping? Like, what are the value hands? He never has jacks. He never has kings. It's pocket 5s. Pocket 5s would start betting on the flop, like small. I don't think, these guys flop a set. They're betting small.
Yeah, I think he can have queen 10 suited. I think he can have nut flushes, and I think he can have 9s.
9s make sense. 9s makes a lot of sense. Check in flop and then start stabbing on the turn. Yeah. Chance is in the small blind. Steven Chidwick raises to 14K. Blinds are 3K, 6K.
He's under the gun. Chidwick is under the gun.
Chidwick is in the cutoff.
In the cutoff. Okay.
So he opens. Punat is the mystery hand. Is the dealer button just flats? Chance Kornuth. He's got king 9 of diamond. Flats in the small, and the big blind completes.
Okay.
I love mystery hand time.
It's
fun.
It is.
King 9 of diamonds for Kornuth. He's deliberating, and he's going to hop in. Diamonds are not his best friend.
Shane, what do you think about the flat with king 9 from the small?
Yeah, I don't like it much. I think it's much better to just like 3-bet here and use this as a bluff. The cutoff and button have like really wide hands. They're late position. And I would just overcall with like in the small blind, like 5-6 suited, 6-7 suited, maybe like a 10-8 suited, a bunch of pairs like 2s, 3s, 4s. And then I'd take some suited kings and suited aces, and I would just like 3-bet bluff these.
Are you mixing them or 100% pure 3-bets?
Play with like just cutoff or just button.
Gotcha. But are you like mixing between flats and 3-bets, or are you just pure 3-betting? King 9, king 8.
I would pretty much always 3-bet. If I thought someone here was like a huge spot, like there's like a whale in the hand, I would probably try to like isolate the whale. Or if like the big blind's the whale player, I would like never 3-bet because I really want the big blind to play the hand.
There are no whales here, all sharks. No whales. Whales have left the chat.
Now part
also depends on your opponent, though.
Another 8K out there.
100%.
Queen 6 of clubs to see what's what.
He's going to do so. 4 ways.
Chance is a little wheelie. He lost like 2.5 million this summer.
King Jack 5, top pair for Kornuth, the best of what's around that we can see. Chance checks in a 4-way field.
You see the flop, Wally?
Auto promptly does the same. Check with pre-flop aggressor.
No.
King Jack
It-
5, 2 hearts.
King Jack 5. Okay.
King Jack 5, 2 hearts. Chance has King 9.
King 9.
Juan Pardo missed completely, has Queen 6, not even backdoors.
Okay,
Only
what's the action on the flop?
checks around. So the
Okay.
hands are King 9, Queen 6, Ace 7 of diamonds that whiffed completely. Queen 6 and Ace 7 whiffed completely. The only parties they're going to continue are, well, I mean, they're going to, the turn is when the action starts. It's going to be between Chance, Kornuth, King 9. He's going to turn 2 pair, and Punat, we don't know his hand.
With no diamond out there, Chidwick is unlikely to see bet this flop. Multi-way.
Yeah, it would seem very ambitious.
I hate to interrupt the video, but what's the thought process here in multi-way pots? How are you guys playing? Let's hear it from Wally and David and Shane. Let's hear your thought process on multi-way pots.
You mean on the flop?
On the flop, when you miss the flop and it's like 4 ways, what's the thought process here? Are you stabbing more often? Are you stabbing less often? Are you playing face, like, are you bluffing more, bluffing less? What's the thought
Well, it
process?
depends who I am in which one. I am.
Like, let's say you opened and the action folds to you, small blind, big blind fold, and you have ace 7 on a King Jack 5. You whiffed completely. You have ace high. What's the thought process?
Heads up, I always see bet no matter what, just to see where I'm at. But in this case, it's a dry board. It represent me more than it represent the small blind or the caller, the flat. I'm representing ace king, king queen, king jack. So I'm trying to represent that, even though I have the ace 7, but I would still continue bet in this case.
Even multi-way.
No. You said your heads up with somebody. Multiple way.
No, multi-way. My question is multi-way, because multi-way they get
multi-way. I would no. I do not take a stab at it because
so you're playing more straightforward.
Yes. Most likely someone is check raising me, or someone has an equity that it's check calling, and he's gonna check call me to the river, and I end up losing most of these chips.
Exactly.
So.
Shane, what's the thought process here with ace 7 of diamond?
Yeah, if I open a hand and a bunch of people to the left of me call, I'm basically just checking every board always. If I wanted to have like betting ranges, I would want ace king as like the worst hand to bet with. I would check king queen. And then if I wanted any like bluffs, they would just need a ton of equity. I would need like queen 10 or like hearts, like ace 7 of hearts. If you're going to bet out of position,
even queen 10, I love the thought process, but even queen 10 here would hate getting check raised. Like you see bet here, you have a lot of equity. Let's say you even have queen 10 of hearts. Like you bet and get raised, you're just hating life because
you just pile that one.
Queen 10 of hearts, yeah, you pile, but like queen 10 is spade for queen 10 of clubs for like you don't have backdoors, just the open-ended straight draw.
Yeah,
you just don't want to get raised when you have that much equity. You just hate it. I mean, I'm even checking queen 10 there. Like you said, I love ace king betting, maybe ace king, king queen sometimes, but like hand like king 9, king 8 suited, I would like. We're gonna put them in 2 blocks. Like the king with the good kicker, we start betting, and then king with like king 9 and worse, we start checking. Jacks, of course, like Jack X hands, definitely a check on that board. Yeah, multi-way is more straightforward. David, how are you playing that board?
Yeah, I mean, 4 ways is a lot. You got to be pretty cautious. You know, people are going to have a piece, but it's interesting to hear, you know, Shane say. I've heard a lot of people who are studied say that, you know, just out of position, we just check like range, just like all the time. Now we just like we look to check raise some hands and we just check. And you know, when you're out of position, you kind of have to look at it as you're on defense, so it's understandable, you know. So we just check a lot here.
Bad players in that position, they hit top pair 4 ways, 5 ways, they start stabbing and building a pot. And they have no clue where they're at. You're just like bunching all your hands in like one pile. Like even weak king X, they start stabbing with like ace jack on that board. I mean, you can bet ace jack heads up, but not multi-way. Like multi-way, you got to play straightforward, and not all your top pair are going to be bet. Like a fish will start piling chips here with like king 7 suited. Just because they hit top pair, they start betting. See how the pros play it. Like they check 2 streets on that board, and even with Kornuth, like plays it so passive, even when he turns 2 pair. So the play is like completely different between amateurs and professionals. But let's continue the hand. Thank you for the feedback, guys.
And so he does knuckle. Now Punsri.
So he flatted the pre-flop opener. Checks around.
When a guy in position checks on that board, I think, in my opinion, he's always capped there. Like, I mean, all these guys have traps, so I don't mind a check even if Punsri has top pair. But like, because Chidwick has traps, Pardo and Chance, they have traps too. So if he starts stabbing here in position, they could have. I don't think they can have pocket jacks. Pocket jacks, we would have heard about it pre-flop. They can have pocket 5s all day. King jack suited, they can have king jack of heart, king jack of diamond. They have these hands. Even ace king would trap in that. Ace king, I don't think ace king is in their range either. So yeah, not many hands would check raise on that board. Maybe some combo draws, like we said, queen 10 of heart, ace queen with a 3-bet pre, ace queen of heart with a 3-bet pre, maybe ace 5 of heart, or ace 6, ace 7 of heart. All the nut flush draws might take a aggressive line on that board. So they have traps, but not many, because I don't think many people here have jacks or kings unless they like slow played pre. But anyway, let's continue.
And Kornuth is loving that turn card.
Kings and 9s just to solve any potential kicker issues that he may have been facing.
Okay, I got to make a comment about the no strip. I use this to sleep because I have a deviated septum, but people wearing it in poker is... You're not a football player. You're not an athlete. Your oxygen intake is not going to make any difference at the table. This is just, I don't know if he's getting paid by this company. It's called Breathe Right, I think.
It's probably that.
But this does nothing at a poker table. You're not an athlete. Your oxygen intake has nothing to do with your performance here. I don't know what. And a lot of people at the WSOP, after he did it, I saw them doing it. Waste of time.
And Kornuth is going to check it.
This is an insane tank. There's no universe where he doesn't check here.
Exactly.
Chidwick taking his time before checking along with Kornuth and Pardo.
He's mulling his option.
62,000 out there that looks like it's unclaimed.
Four-way pot, man.
Unclear what Punsri's got, but obviously what we know he has is an opportunity potentially before him.
They're all like role playing, like they're.
I'll say this: Punsri probably doesn't think his opponent have a king too often, given the flop and turn check through.
$44K the bet out of Punat. Pardo and Chidwick are going to be in the bin, regardless of how Kornuth approaches things. I would imagine.
It's a big turn bet.
I mean, Pardo does have a gut shot, but
yeah,
I don't think he's going to be hunting a 10 for 44 dimes.
I gotta give Ali Najad's credit. The best.
So if Kornuth is behind, it's likely
the best commentator. Where does he get the vocabulary from? He took it to another level. Everybody's trying to imitate him now.
Queen 10 or pocket 9s,
Yeah,
because King Jack or a set of 5s would have bet the flop, I'd imagine, when check 2.
Okay, now it's heads up. Not Kornuth.
Yeah, even pocket kings, pocket jacks would find reasons in a 4-way pot to fire at this board. Kornuth does flat. Hearts arrive. Not his favorite river.
Okay, front door flush comes in. Chance here is sitting with 2 pair. 2 options. We can check. We can bet for value. I mean, most hands here, when a flush comes in, the sizing is not going to be a big sizing. They're going to size small for value. The pot is like 150K. He could go like half pot. I don't think you can go. You either block bet, like bet very small, maybe half pot, but you shouldn't size big here. You shouldn't have big sizing here when the front door flush comes in. But let's see what chance does.
No, not his favorite, but maybe it's a bit better than seeing like a queen or 10 show up, which brings out straights. Pawn 3 could have some flush draws that got there, though. What's interesting, though, is that Kornuth is opting to lead 38K into 150,000.
Now he wants to set the price, I guess, into this 150, like you said, versus potentially face a bigger barrel from Pawn 3's.
Chance goes for the block bet. He bets 38K, which is what, like 30% pot? Very small bet. He's trying basically to set, I mean, pros do it with both marginal hands and very strong hands in that spot. He could be inducing. Like, let's say he has ace-6 of heart or ace-7 of heart. He can induce Pawn 3. In case Pawn 3 wants to turn his hand into a bluff, if he has a jack, he knows calling is not an option, so he would raise there. And he can do that with his marginal hands, like I mean, top 2 pair is not too marginal, but like a King X hand, even 2 pair hands that don't want to, you know, size big and get raised on the river and hate life. So he went for the block bet. Let's see what Pawn 3 does. What are your thoughts, Shane, here at this spot with the block bet? What do you think about the block bet, the sizing?
I think it's a good exploit. I don't know if this hand actually does it. I don't know the multi-way situation that well, but
no, here we're heads up. He
yeah, but the multi-way range is pre-flop on turn.
I see.
On turn. So like the turn bet narrows ranges a ton. So I don't know how many hearts Button has and how many hearts Chance has, because Chance didn't lead turn. But my thoughts are that like this solves most problems and makes playing river easier. Checking here and seeing what size Kunat bets and then deciding if you want to call it can be like a weird guessing game. Whereas this isn't a guessing game at all. You bet 38,000. If he raises you, you fold your hand.
So this is the thought process: block bet and fold to any aggression.
Yeah, there's no chance that Chance is going to do this and call if Kunat raises to like 200,000 in my mind.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like it complicates things just because Kunat is capable of like raising a block bet. So block betting versus somebody that's aggressive like Kunat, like a fish there is not raising unless they have the flush.
I don't think Kunat's capable of turning a hand into a bluff here. Maybe we'll see it at the end, but so he bet turn big into 3 people. This is already like hard. You need.
But and again, you know that they're capped when 2 streets go check. Like 2 streets went checked, so they're capped. They don't have the nuts here. You know, it happened that Kornuth was getting trappy with 2 pair, but normally when 2 streets are checked, they don't have. They never has jacks. They never have kings. They never have.
You can have queen 10. You can have 9s.
Can he have the nuts and just check 2 streets? You start like not piling.
Are you talking about Chance or Kunat bet turn?
Chance, like all the people that are left to
I
act.
thought you were talking about if Kunat could have bluffs. You said he was like capable of having bluffs.
No, I'm talking about the guys that checked that have capped ranges there. That check to Kunat. Not Kunat. Kunat's range is not defined really. Their range is defined just because they check 2 streets. So their ranges are not that strong. Like King Jack would have started betting. Queen 10 would start betting small. Even King X hands will start betting turn. Like if Chidwick delayed C bet, wanted to delay C bet like a weak King 8, like King 8 for some King X suited, King 7 suited. Even a Jack will start stabbing on the turn. Like if you had Ace Jack, Queen Jack, those hands will start stabbing on the turn. But when it goes check, flop, and turn, you know they're capped there. They just don't have 2 pair plus. It's a 1 pair
are we
hand.
Capped on this river with the flushes?
Who's capped? Kunat can still have flushes.
Like there's a king and a jack of hearts out there. So how many flushes do we have?
The Ace X, the Queen X, Queen 10 of heart. Ace X of heart, Ace 6, Ace 7, Ace 8, Ace 10. I mean,
Do
all
we
these
ever
hands.
3-bet those?
I mean, he sometimes at a frequency, not always. Sometimes, yeah, they're 3-bet. Yeah, the wheel Ace X would a 3-bet pre. Some of them, not 100% though. It's
No.
But anyway, let's see what Kornuth does here.
Value range.
I don't think he's worried about like non-flush hands in terms of value betting.
No, you're right. It's the flush in particular, because he has kings and nines, and that's just going to be good against a majority of the value outside of the hearts. But what I meant to say is Punsri could dial up something really chunky on the end, and then we got to really ask ourselves as the polarity would be hearts or no hearts. But as played, Randy, you were looking at this. Punsri flatted on the button pre. He checked back in a four-way pot on the flop, then barreled 44 on the turn. Do we think he has hearts all that often?
That's a good question. I'm not exactly convinced. He did raise.
Look at this. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, Kornuth,
276,000
call ace 10 offsuit
out of Punsri.
Say that again.
I think the only way Kornuth can bluff here is with ace 10 offsuit. It's like one hand, two hands if he has like the 10 of hearts or the ace of hearts. And he didn't 3-bet it pre-flop. And then when it checked to him twice, he bet. And now he's like turning into a bluff. Other than that hand, it's just all value. Yeah.
Ace 10 is a good candidate, especially ace of heart, like ace of heart, 10 of spade, for example. Like
but he has to not 3-bet it pre-flop.
He did not
cut off first button.
Yeah, so but ace 10 is a good candidate, like you say. Ace of heart, 10 of spade, or ace of heart, 10 of clubs. A great candidate with blockers to take that line. Besides that, yeah, it's like value. And are we beating value? Like, is he doing that? He doesn't have worse two pairs, really. Like
online, I snap fold here. Now just fold king 9 immediately.
Fold. So what is he repping? Like, what are the value hands? He never has jacks. He never has kings. It's pocket fives. Pocket fives would have start betting on the flop, like small. I don't think, these guys flop a set. They're betting small.
Yeah, I think he can have queen 10 suited. I think he can have nut flushes, and I think he can have nines.
Nines make sense. Nines makes a lot of sense. Check in flop and then start stabbing on the turn. Yeah, because it got dicey on the turn. Flush draw. The board is wet as hell. So nines would start stabbing on the turn. Yeah.
Besides got there. The flush got there. The straights got there on the turn.
Yeah.
Queen 10 got there.
Yeah, queen 10 suited. He's not gonna have that many queen 10 offs. It's queen 10 suited.
Fives.
He's got 3 combos of those.
I would just flat with fives. The bottom set.
Fives makes sense. Queen 10 makes sense. Those are value. The bluffs are hands with like a 10 or ace of heart.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna fast forward because Chance goes in the tank for like
for an hour probably.
He goes in the tank for a long time.
Immediately.
So what would be the worst hand you want to with here?
10.
I didn't want to ruin it, but there it is, guys. He's got 2 10s. A chance fold. Chance folds. Yeah. So
I don't know why he big bet turn, but okay.
Yeah, I don't understand the big bet on the turn. Like he's turning 10s into a bluff basically on the turn. But
I think the cheapest way to like bluff this hand is on flop. So you have 10s pre-flop. It's 4 ways, and you're the button, and everyone checks to you. I think it's way cheaper to just bet a third on the flop with 10s. And if anyone calls you, just give up in the hand. But,
I mean, if we're going to start stabbing with 10s on the flop, we're just like bluffing too much. Like if we start stabbing 10s, 8s, 6s, because 10s and 8s are like almost the same. I know 10s have
like the 4-way dynamic. The fact that like, so you bet button and small blind and big blind have to decide while cutoff is like still in the hand. It handicaps them a lot. So for like really cheap, you can get like a really good range definition on everybody.
True.
And pressure hands so say you just like bet a third on flop as button, small blind has to fold jack, like any jack, because you're betting into 4 people. I think this is like a cleaner way to bluff than what he's doing, which is like the huge bet on the turn.
We can take, I don't mind that line sometimes, but we don't want to just start stabbing like willy-nilly on the flop just because we have a pair and start bluffing into like 3 people. Just because these guys have traps. You're not playing against fish that never have traps. Like fish here never have. When 3 amateur players check to you on the flop, they absolutely have nothing. Not even a jack. Because a jack with amateurs, they start stabbing with a jack. These guys are too balanced. Like
I
they
would do
have
it less against amateurs. I
That
think
is
it's
correct.
better against these guys.
less against amateurs. Yeah.
I don't think amateurs will fold the jack when I bet there.
No,
But I think
no,
the
no,
red
no.
will realize that.
Amateurs don't fold hopes and dreams on the flop, even if they have a backdoor. I mean, I'm not gonna name names. It was a multi-way pot, and I got so mad. I stabbed into 3 people. Like amateurs don't understand that when you see bet into 3 people, your range is way stronger than stabbing heads up.
Yeah.
I stabbed with I had top pair and a flush draw. I had king queen of clubs on a king jack 6 flop. It was king 2 clubs, so I have top pair and a flush draw. I stabbed small on the flop. She called me with pocket 8s, and one of the 8s would give me the second nuts. So where are you? Like, what's the plan when you brick turn? You're calling with 8s on a 2 overs with 3 people in the pot. Like that hand is. We always want, like if she had like it was king jack the flop. If she had a jack, it's always better to continue with 5 outs than continuing with 2 outs, and one of the outs could be dirty. So having like middle pair is way better than calling with the under pair, because with under pair you're only drawn to 2 outs. With the middle pair you have 5 outs to improve. Anyway, I'm sure she doesn't understand that concept. She drills the 8 on the turn, and we play a huge pot. Of course, I'm not folding. She had like less than pot on the turn. Anyway, let's move on, guys. So this hand was interesting. I thought, him taking that line with the 10s. All right, back to Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to watch the high rollers though, because you feel like when you see their play, it's like that's an answer. You know what I mean? As opposed to if you watch a random 1K or even a 5K, it's like, people are just clicking buttons. It's like, okay, that must be a thing if he's doing that.
I love the way you put it. That's an answer. That's exactly
it.
it.
That must be a good play if Chance is doing it.
Yeah, it's a puzzle, and the answer at the end.
Good.
Just like you put it, it's an answer. It's like a puzzle, and then you get the answer at the end, and everything makes sense in the hand. When you see amateurs, when I see showdowns, like a bunch of amateurs playing, nothing makes sense at the end. They're just piling in chips in the pot with no rhyme or reason, or their reasoning will be like, oh, I had the best hand. Like they raise against the big blind, okay, and they have like pocket kings, and they flop top set or something. They would bet big on the flop, and their reasoning is like, oh, I have the best hand. You're going against a big blind range that has nothing. Like, take it easy on the bets. You want him to. What is gonna call like an 80% bet there? Like they just see a good hand, a strong hand, and they start piling chips. There's no rhyme or reason. Or if that person can call that bet. Or last time I saw something weird at Hard Rock, they were sizing like 10x pre-flop and then showing ace king suited. Like, where are you accomplishing opening 10x with nobody limping or anything? Like the blinds are 800, they're opening 9K. And I know who the player is. I'm not going to name them. 9K, everybody folds. She showed ace king a spade. I'm like, so you're showing us how bad you're playing, basically. What's the reasoning between the 11x pre-flop with ace king a spade? Like, what are you trying to do?